You know, I was looking at Matt Reeves. I just watched this movie the other day. I had watched it, uh, watched it years ago. The Pallbearer. Well, Matt Reeves has not made many movies at all. Gwyneth Paltrow, David Schwimmer. It came out on May 3rd, 1996. 9,436 days apart. So you've got the Batman, the Pallbearer. I don't know. That doesn't mean, that's not necessarily telling us that Batman's going to die. Future shock. There'll be a pallbearer for the Batman. He hasn't done that many movies. The Batman, War for Planet of the Apes, Dawn of the Planet of the Apes, Let Me In, Cloverfield, and then the Pallbearer and Future Shock. That's it. All of his stuff was TV series. Future shock when you have the Pallbearer for the Batman, the Pallbearer, the Batman for the Batman. Anyway, let's get with some Michael Prep. I don't know what I've got for y'all. Seems like I did do a quick hitter the other day. Oh, the bat. The Are They Trolling Me bat virus. Bat. Oh, and this one here. Oh, and this one here. I didn't go over this one with you. Hey, something's definitely in the water. So Drew Barrymore was on the same time Tears for Fears was on, and that was last night. So, and Trump's still alive today, but you had Drew Barrymore and Tears for Fears, and Tears for Fears did the song of Donnie Darko, which Drew Barrymore acted in and was a producer of. So thought that was pretty crazy. And then this one here, speaking of The Late Show.
Welcome back to our show.
He's going to refer to Zoe as a man. And then they're going to show you a childhood picture.
Thanks for always coming on. You know we love you here. Man, you're phenomenal.
Man, you're phenomenal. Man, you're phenomenal. Man, you're phenomenal. Even when you were a kid, man. I mean, I don't know. Is that what they're saying? I'm speculating.
I don't want no scrub, won't get no love from me.
Okay, I got you. I got you. I got you. And the bat rabies. Anyway, Telling True 3 is where I throw a lot of quick hitters that I then go over here. So be sure to subscribe to that if you just want to kind of follow along. We'll keep that up if we need it. The Batman comes out today on 3/4. It was first released on IMAX on 2/23/22. Oh, was it now? Well, on 2/23/22, you were 223 days away from October 2nd. So that is a gigantic October 2nd tell. Gigantic. The Batman in reverse ordinal comes to the following terms: Donald Trump, Resurrection, I Pet Goat 2, Queens, New York, October 4, Scottish Rite. It also comes to Godfather in 2 ciphers, Jesuit, Rosebud, and Master Mason. The director, producer, and writer of Batman is named Matt Reeves. Matt Reeves comes to Donald Drumpf, the Donald, Apollyon, Antichristo, Adolf Hitler, Jesuit Oath in 4 ciphers, martial law, 7-Eleven, and Lone Pine Mall. Lone Pine Mall, of course, from Back to the Future. It was Twin Towers, then the One World Trade Center rose back up, and Back to the Future, it was the Twin Pine Mall, which later became the Lone Pine Mall. And 7-Eleven is Revelation 11:7, because if it comes to 7-Eleven, it comes to 11:7. And Michael was also telling me how there's been Christopher Reeves, that's Christ Reeves, Christopher Reeves, the Superman, Keanu Reeves, who is Mr. Matrix, and I thought he told me of one other, but I'm not quite sure. Nice work, Michael. Good work. Especially love that 223 is when it was released, which is 223 days from October 2nd. Take a good look at this Deceiver Pig with the patch over his right eye. Dan R. Crenshaw matches Donald Trump in 3 ciphers. He typoed marches, sorry. There are no coincidences. He was born on 3/14 in Scotland. Wow. Donald Trump, and he's got the right eye wound, y'all. He's got the right eye. Got the patch over the right eye. Oh. Well, anything associated with SEAL team, just run, right? I mean, SEALs are in the sea, beast out of the sea. I mean, Trump's former deputy chief of staff tweeted on 2/27/22 the video of Trump telling the boy that he was Batman during the week that Batman was released. Well, would he theoretically go down before the movie leaves the theaters? That sure keeps us open for everybody's March 12th high watch day, which, you know, is the anniversary of my first marriage in 83. So that would be 39-year anniversary. Would be. But really leaves us wide open for March 19th, which is my stepdaughter's birthday from the second marriage. We're right in that wheelhouse of the Gateway Arch through the transfer portal. There's 2 Gateway Arches. Let's keep going with Michael's amazing finds. The slogan for the city of Kiev, Ukraine, is everything starts in Kiev. Oh, it's funny. I attached screenshots from the Simpsons episode during season 23 showing possible predictive programming for future PSYOP nuclear detonation in Kiev. Wow. Insane in the Ukraine. Mental health services. Welcome to Springfield's Little Ukraine. Don't do this, nuke. Fascinating. Thank you, Michael, for that. Everything starts in Kiev, comes to the start of World War III, J. Robert Oppenheimer, New York City, New York, USA, Terminator 2 Judgment Day, The Day of the Dead, Abomination of Desolation, The Angel of the Bottomless Pit, Avengers Infinity War, The Celebrity Apprentice. Golly. If y'all knew how impossible it is to get all of that to come up in Gematria. I mean, Kiev had to be spelled K-Y-I-V on purpose many moons ago just to make that happen. Just to make that happen. Do I have anything in prep? Let's go to comments. Oops, something went wrong. Well, we know because I'm in my Bible study channel. That's why. Okay, now I'm over to Telling Truth 2, which will give me everything from the channel. So Vanessa said a light gray green is the color of this year's paint. Light gray green is the color of the year for paint and housewares. She says. Light gray green is the color of the year for paint and housewares. She's talking about that, of course, relating to the pale horse. Good stuff. Thank you, Vanessa. AWTR, good to hear from him. And just to promote his or her video that he will speak to. It's got the March 13 in it. This is by AWTR Productions, fair use for educational purposes. So he goes over a lot of March 13th stuff. So we're coming upon that, the whole March 11th on a Friday, March 13th on a Sunday. Trump is speaking in Florence, the second Florence. In between those two dates on the 12th. Now this Revelation 13:3 is the head wound. So that's for March 13th or March 31st. If you go backwards, they like to go backwards. Same here, 31st of March. Or March 13th, the head wound frame. And then I don't know what that means because of my ignorance. But it says Trump is 88 in English ordinal. I don't understand the English ordinal. Is English ordinal simple gematria? Because Trump is 88 in simple gematria. But if you put the word ordinal on there, does it change things? He's 88 in simple and in English 528, but he says English ordinal. What's the difference between English gematria and English ordinal? Okay, so there's a YouTube video on it. I need to watch that.
Hello, everyone. Tal Golden here at
the deep zone. Ooh, be very careful of stuff like this. Ugh. But yeah, we'll watch. I'll watch that. I mean, and I have to click it over to the one that's on my TV, so I'll do that later. I don't know if you mentioned this recently, but who remembers? Now, I want you to look at where he says Quasim Soleimani, Q and Sol. And now we go to James Bond. When I read this, this is what popped. This is what I thought where he was going, because we just went over Quantum of Solace, James Bond. So you get the QSOL in Quantum of Solace. You with me? I know y'all are with me. Or you wouldn't be watching. So this spanned a time of October 29th, which would be second day into the Gateway Arch on the fall side. And when we run it through the spring, winter spring side, that would be October 2nd. Now, November 14th, transfer portals over to, if today is the day, by the way, that we transfer portal today over to 11/17. So I think it's going to be March 8th. Sorry. March 8th, transfer portal back to the 14th. So it really gives us a window of March 8th was the release date for QSOL. Now let's go back to his QSOL. Q and SOL in the name went down on, watch how he wrote this, 1/02. Well, remove the slash, you got 102. Then 103, World War III on social media. Now, if you look at that, that's October 2nd, then October 3rd. But this isn't what he's speaking of or she's speaking of, but I'm just bouncing off of what they put here. Then on 1/3, World War III began trending on social media. All this going on during Trump's impeachment. History is repeating itself because Ukraine president was to be executed on 3/01, a backwards 103. And this is going on Trump's Capitol, RIOT. You know, let's just say that they are investigating all that. There we go. There is a certain precedent for any combination of dates in March. March also has the arch in the name, like Archer, named after the god of war. Archer, named after the god of war. In Norse mythology, ULLR is a god associated with archery. Okay. But is that the god of war? Mars is the god of war. That's what March is named after. March is named after Mars, Roman god of war. named after Mars, the Roman god of war. Mars is the archer. Mars. View the profiles. I don't see, that's Facebook profile, so that's, I don't see where Mars is the archer or the god of war is the archer. Mars attacks by Nathan Archer. So, anyway. There is certainly precedent for any combination of dates in March. March also has the arch in the name, like an archer named for the god of war. So even though we're not sure archer is named for the god of war from any quick research, we do know that March is combining the arch and Mars, the god of war. I just put out a video about 313 predictive programming surrounding the situation, and there's more to come. Yeah, give us more. And show us what you can about the Mars being the archer, because that would certainly be something to look at, even in the astrology of things to come as we get close to August, a big month, in my opinion. March is definitely a big month. May is definitely a big month. August is definitely a big month. And October is definitely the month. But only one month will Trump go down in. And it could be November. I mean, doesn't have to be the ones we think. I would say November is also a big month. Yeah. They like third time's a charm. That's not biblical, so it's of their world, third time's a charm. The dark winter slogan came up in 2021. It didn't happen. Dark winter 2022 didn't happen. Third time's a charm. Dark winter 2023. There you go. That's their world, not mine. That's pretty much everything. Love y'all very much. Ask questions anytime. That's what I'm here for.